What up, you Bachata animals? Rudy with RedBear Dance here, and today we've got a little breakdown of how to build your body rolls. We're going to start with some isolation exercises, build those into more complex moves, then out some roundedness, and finally build the entire body roll. Here we go. Very first isolation we're going to do is going to be for our hip motion. For this one, wide stance and bend both knees quite a bit. From here, your goal is going to be no motion for the upper half of your body. No tilting, no moving up and down, no rotating, nothing. What we are going to do is contract our lower ab muscles, tilting our hip forward, then relax. Contract lower back muscles, tilting it back, and relax. And then smooth motion forward and back. Do this a couple times until you can get it nice and smooth and controlled. Watch yourself in the mirror. Make sure your chest isn't moving at all. Your quads should hurt, absolutely. Next isolation, we're gonna take our rib cage and slide it forward and back. We're also going to pinch a pencil between our shoulder blades and squeeze our pec muscles together. So here we go. This time, no motion on the hips at all to help with that, straight legs. We're gonna slide forward, pinch that pencil between your shoulder blades, and then slide back. Squeeze your pec muscles together. This entire time, if you imagine an arrow coming out of your chest, you want that arrow pointing straight the whole time. So that will really help you get a nice, clean, controlled motion. I actually started to use my hips there, so you can see that on the video. This time I won't. Only the chest motion. Chest forward, chest back. Chest forward, chest back. Just like that. Squeezing the pencil, squeezing the pec muscles, keeping the arrow straight. Now we are going to combine them. All at the same time, we're going to tilt the hips forward and slide our chest back. Hips forward, chest back, arrow stays straight. Reverse everything. Chest slides forward, hips tilt back, arrow stays straight. Back and forth between the two, just linearly, going in a straight line between the two. You'll notice if you put a pencil somewhere right here on my body, that it's drawing a line, and the line that it's drawing is just like this. It's going up and down a little bit, but it is a line. So then once we've got that, we're going to round out the motion. So we started our C shape because it's a C, and then we're going to go to our D shape, like a capital D. And from the D shape, we're gonna take that arrow and now isolate, moving the chest first, hips follow after. We're gonna take that arrow and send it to the sky. Send it to the sky, still squeezing the shoulder blades, still squeezing the shoulder blades. Then when the arrow is pointing to the sky, we're going to send it straight back through our body. Now, going from squeezing the shoulder blades to pinching the pec muscles, and our hips went forward. This is going to be that C shape once again. Finally, when the arrow's at the sky, we bring it right back down to the ground to get to our final C shape. Really squeeze, you gotta squeeze in this C shape, super important. Then to go back to the D with roundedness, I like to imagine someone kicks me in the butt. Hips are gonna go first, chest goes after. You get that hit, hips go first, chest goes after, opening, squeezing the pencil on your shoulder blades. Hips are gonna start tilting back as we go back into our D shape, finishing when that arrow is pointing straight. And then we go back and forth just like that. Back to our C shape, and then our D shape. This should feel like a wave going through your body. C, D, C. Next step, we're gonna add the ends. That was the middle of the body roll, reverse body roll. From here, all we're going to do is relax all that squeezing, keep the arrow pointing straight, and sweep the hips backwards. We're not sitting, we're sweeping. So the hips sweep backwards, the chest returns to neutral. Notice the chest is upright and straight, the body's upright and straight, shoulders stacked over hips, stacked over ankles. This is the end of our body roll, it's the bottom of it. And then we're going to reverse everything. So we go right back into that C shape. Notice the chest didn't actually move. It was just this squeezing. Arrow is still pointing straight. Then we keep going with the hips. Arrow goes up and down into our D shape. And from here we keep that rounded motion going. Close the chest and ripple up, finishing our body roll. Then when you finish these isolations and you feel pretty good about it, we can practice the body roll itself. To do this, we're going to stagger our feet with a little bit of separation distance to help for balance. And we want to prepare our body roll. Our first motion is going to be down and open. That means the preparation has to be a small motion in the opposite direction, which is going to be back and collapsed. Notice it's a little bit in that direction. So that's going to be 7, 8. Notice that the ball of the foot staying on the ground, not the heel. 7, 8, and we go 1, rounding, opening, 2, pointing to the sky, 3 is going to be that crunch, that C shape, 4 is the sweep and relax. And then we reverse everything. 5 is the crunch, the C shape, 6, 7, 8. Weight ends on the rear leg. Then you can count yourself an extra 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6 to switch your feet. 5, 6, 7, 8 to give a prep. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Couple of things to notice is when we're 1, 2, 3, the next motion, notice my height, 4, does not change. We don't want to sit into that bottom. And we don't want to lean forward, we want to sweep. And then we sweep back and keep it going. If you think in circles, this will be very easy. There's a wave going down your body, which is circles. The other thing to be super aware of is those isolations. They matter a lot. For example, I'm going to show you 2 body rolls. One where I don't do the isolations, the other where I do. My spine, the actual size of the body roll will be the same, but you'll see it looks very different. Here it is, option 1, without all the isolations. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks tiny. It actually is. It's the isolations that make it big. Here it is. 5, 6 with isolations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Looks a lot bigger, but in reality it's not. It's actually a very small motion forward and back. It's all these isolations we just practiced that make it look really big. Now, if you're getting really good at that, we can make it even better. Here's how. So we've got our preparation, 7, 8, and we go into the body roll, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, from here, instead of imagining that kick in the butt, we're going to think about setting the knees forward as our first motion. That's going to make our body roll fuller, more full on the body, instead of just starting at the hips. So now instead of kicking the butt, think knees forward to get into that crunch, to get into that C shape. Again, knees forward, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. That's one thing. The other thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, if we're down here, knees forward, and then the power comes from the legs. Really push with the legs. Really push with the legs. That'll give you that power to get up. Another thing to think about to make it really, really good and clean. Delay, 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 delay. When your chest is driving on the body roll down, you delay the hips as much as possible. So your chest is going to go. Your chest saying, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And your hips are saying, no, I don't want to, until they're dragged along by the limits of your body on the spine. And then your hips are over here like, I don't want to move, 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 I'm good, don't make me move, don't make me move. And then you level out that arrow and they get dragged along eventually. But now it's the hips' turn. The hips are going to start. And then you're saying, come on, let's go. And your chest is going to say, no, I don't think so. So your hips go, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. As long as possible. Delay, 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 as long as possible. Come on, let's go. And you feel it really tight on your IT bed. Come on, let's go. And your chest's like, fine, I guess I'll go. Delay your different isolations as much as possible and you'll get a really nice motion. Final exercise that you can use to help with that reverse body roll specifically with that pushing idea. Back to a side-by-side stance, nice and wide. We're down here, and now we're just going to practice sending pulses of energy and falling back to the stance. We're going to pulse and fall, pulse and fall, pulse and fall, pulse. There's no energy coming down. You're just resting, falling down. The energy is a pulse of energy, and then you coast on it, and you coast on it, and you coast, and you pulse and coast, pulse and coast. All of this is about building control so that you can control what kind of movement you want to do. Thank you.